Romain Levi, thank you so much for coming on, otherwise known as Codron in The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
No worries, it's a pleasure. I mean, how are you feeling with everything that's happening at the moment? You excited? Yeah, how's things?
Yeah, everything is fine. I'm very happy of getting the chance, to be part of this show. I was a huge fan of this show
Mm,
for a long time, So
okay.
yeah,
Oh
yeah, I'm
wow.
very
So
happy about
have you
it.
been watching it from the beginning then? You've been
Oh yeah, from the beginning, man. It's something. It's really a dream come true for me. Actually, I was working in a bakery like 10 years ago, and
okay.
I have to say I wasn't very good there. I wasn't doing my work so well. And at the end of the day, I was super tired, and I was thinking how soon I will go back home. I will eat something, and I will watch like 3 or 4 or 5 episodes of The Walking Dead in a row.
Wow. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's funny to be there 10 years
Yeah.
later,
Now
it's
you're in
like
the show. Yeah.
it's amazing. It's really a dream come true for me.
Wow. Well, so was it processed through auditioning? How did it come about the role for you specifically?
I remember I saw a very famous casting director in France. She's called Juliette Ménager. And I saw her in the street in Paris. And she said, "Oh, there is an audition for The Walking Dead.
Mm,
You'll have the audition." And I was like, "What did she say right now?
mm.
Walking Dead? How that's possible even?"
Wow.
So I was there. I was like, it was very intense for me to get this chance. I gave everything I could. It was
Wow.
like I felt that that was the moment I had to give everything.
Yeah. Do you know if there was a lot of competition for the auditioning? Was there a lot of people that applied for the show?
Well, I think yeah, but I didn't ask much about that.
Mm,
It's the competition is more with yourself. In fact, in this kind of situation, you have to give 100% of yourself, of your heart, of your guts. So yeah, I didn't think too much about the other
wow.
actors, but definitely there was, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's exciting times. I mean, we're all fans of The Walking Dead. Everyone loves it. There's a lot of action and violence, and it's just one of those thrilling TV series to watch. So, yeah. I mean, did you have to learn any special skills or techniques for combat for the
Well,
show?
I had definitely to feel good with my body because Codron is a real soldier. He's very strong, in fact.
Yeah.
So I decided to do boxing a lot,
Okay.
specifically because I don't know if you noticed, but Codron's tattoo is quite similar to Mike Tyson's tattoo. And so when I got this information, I thought, oh, it could be interesting to do some boxing. And yeah, that's what I did. And I keep practicing right now. I love it. So yeah.
Wow. Well, I was actually looking for the tattoo. I was trying to find it. Yeah. Is it a tattoo you would have in real life? Do you think? Do you think you would have a tattoo like that?
A tattoo like, oh, in the face like this. Wow.
You never know.
I don't know. I love tattoos. I don't have tattoos myself, but
Mm,
because I think I'll change my mind a couple of days later, and then you have the tattoo. You cannot remove it so easily. So, but I
mm.
love tattoos. So. But
Wow.
no, I wouldn't have a tattoo like this.
Yeah. No, of course. How would you describe Codron's fighting style compared to the other fighters in the series?
Hmm. Um, I would say that Codron is kind of brutal and very instinctive, like an animal. And I
Mm,
think one of his skills is that he's able to adapt his fighting connected to the situation. For example, in the very first fight that we had in the first season with Daryl, Codron is very brutal. He's like punching very strong, very in a very strong
mm.
way, like a bit like an animal, like a bear,
Yeah. Yeah.
something like that. And you can see something very different, for example, in the second season in the catacombs when he had to kill a couple of people in the dark. So he had to be very silent
Mm.
because he had to go to catch them, to kill them, and then to kill another guy. So he
Yeah.
was more like a snake,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
something like
Stealth.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like this way that he is able to change his way of fighting
Yeah.
connected to the situation. Yeah.
I mean, there was quite a lot of changes within his character. Like, how did you approach Codron's shift from vengeance to mercy? Because there was a dark side to him, and there was also I want to save everyone side to him as well. How did you
Mm.
approach that?
Well, first of all, I love that. When I read it, even in the first season, when I got the script of the entire season, I knew that
Mm,
at the end of the season, he would decide not to kill the child and to kill his guys, you know. So I knew that from the beginning. So I love this arc. It's really amazing, an amazing story for my character. So yeah, I really wanted to understand this guy and to understand what was happening inside him. And definitely at the beginning of the show, during the entire first season, he wants to take revenge for his brother, and he's with Janae, and he's with her 100%. And when she asked him to kill this child, then it's going no. It's a no. It doesn't kill child. You know, it doesn't
yeah,
kill
yeah,
children. And
yeah,
that was the first step to the other side. So it was his first step, yeah, to change.
yeah, yeah. Do you think
Yeah.
it was because of what Lawrence had said, like when he said God loves you? Do you think it was because of that mainly, or do you think it was partly a personal choice for Codron?
Both, I guess both. He was very hesitating. He wasn't sure what to do. It was hard for him because, you know, not to follow the rules, it can be a problem, you know, and you know he could be dead because of that.
Mm,
So it was questioning, and at the same time, Laurent started to speak to him, and the way he was speaking to him, he opened it opened Caudron's heart. I really believe that Laurent has this capacity to open people's heart, and that's what he did during this first season with a couple of characters, not only Codron actually, and in the second season too. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, of course. I mean, would you have liked to have stayed a villain the whole way through if you could personally choose, or do you like mixing between the both?
Can you say it again, please?
Would you have liked to have stayed a villain the whole way through the show, or do you think you like portraying both types of personalities?
No, I definitely love this arc and the fact that we can see two sides
Yeah.
of Codron. It's deeper. And in fact, everything Codron wanted to do at the beginning is to protect his brother, you know. So it's from love too. So I'm happy that we can see that even if, yeah, in this first season he's very tough, we don't see any kind of emotions, like almost like a robot, but
Mm,
there is a heart behind this. And I'm happy that the script, David Zabel, the showrunner, and they gave me the possibility to express what was inside Codron, in fact.
wow. Yeah. No, of
Yeah.
course. Earlier you mentioned some of the fights and the stunts. Were there any stunts or effects that made the scenes difficult for you, especially when it came to the fighting?
Difficult, I wouldn't say that it was difficult. It was tough because
Yeah.
we had to be very focused and it was physical.
Mm,
But I was quite prepared for this. And to tell you the truth, I love this kind of scenes.
mm,
So I really enjoyed every moment doing this. But no, I didn't have any trouble doing it. But yeah,
yeah.
we had to stay. You really have in these scenes to be focused all the time, because if for a second you're not focused, then you can hurt someone.
Yeah.
So you have to be very, very careful with everybody. And but what that one of the things who was great in this team is that the stunts and the stunt supervisors and all the actors, we were all together in it.
Mm,
So I really felt like we were a team. And when you are with this feeling, everything is easier,
yeah.
you know. You just have to stay connected with your eyes. It's one of their rules, the stunt. They have these rules, like look at me, if
Yeah.
before to
Yeah.
punch me, be sure you look at my
Yeah.
eyes. You sure, like this, you know that okay, we look at each other, we are connected to each other. Okay, I can punch you now, you're
Yeah.
going to receive it, you know.
Yeah,
So
very
yeah.
focused training. It sounds like. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
good, and it goes to show your skills, your previous skills learning that helped. Clearly. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
So we all know I'm gonna at least talk about him once or twice. How did you prepare for fights with Norman Reedus? How did you prepare for that side of him? Because we all know Norman's a beast himself.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
he's so strong. He
yeah.
is so strong. I loved it. Really, I loved those scenes with him. Actually, it was my very first scene in the show, in the first season, my first day on set was this big fight at the Abbey with him, and he was so nice with me. Every time he was asking me if my head was okay, my neck, because he punched me a lot, but he was so nice. Yeah, I loved doing these kind of scenes with him, and
Mm.
yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was cool.
How would you say Codron feels about Daryl now? Does he still see him as an enemy, or are they going to be good friends in the series?
Well, now you mean when exactly?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
At the end of the second season.
yeah.
At the end of the second season, I don't know. Codron was in this tunnel, but I
Okay.
do believe that yeah, they could be friends. Yeah, but it's hard to say because it's more about imagination. What could happen after that? But yeah, I
Mm.
think they would still be friends. I think. Yeah,
Okay.
you know.
Hopefully we see more of them together in a few scenes. So yeah. When Codron was being tortured, what do you think kept him going through the pain in the cellar?
Yeah, it's a big moment
Mm.
for Codron that jail. And yeah, he lost an eye, he lost a couple of fingers. Yeah, it was very hard for him. So actually, to tell you the truth, I really think that Codron thought that he would die there. He didn't have really hopes that he
Yeah.
would survive, that something suddenly would appear that it would save him. So he really believed that he would die there. And in fact, with all that happened in his past, in a way, I think Codron accepted it, and in a way, he believed that he deserved it.
Mm.
He
Mm.
deserved maybe
Okay.
to die at that moment. So he didn't have any hope, and then Carol
So
showed up,
yeah.
and things changed. Yeah.
So you would say he kind of regrets his past actions, or does he justify any of them at all?
No, definitely he has regrets.
Mm.
He has guilt about what he did. He made mistakes, and in a way, it's what is beautiful with Codron is that he's able to look at himself and to be truthful with himself and with his mistakes
Mm.
and to accept that, yeah, I fucked up. I was in the wrong side. I was wrong. I
Yeah.
made so many mistakes, and that's the way it is. Maybe, and I think he really wants to do good now, and that's why he came to the roof camp. In the second season, he wanted to help
Mm.
Falou. He wanted to help the kids, to help Daryl. That yeah, he has regrets definitely.
Yeah. Do you think that Codron, deserved more from Carol when he told Carol about where Daryl was? Do you
To
think,
deserve.
yeah, deserved more
Uh,
as a person? Um, yeah.
I don't know because Codron was he was lost at that moment. He decided to tell her
Mm.
the truth just because he felt kind of humanity in her.
Mm.
I don't know if he deserved more or he got lucky. That's what I can
Yeah.
tell you. She didn't have to help him after that. She could let him locked in this buggy.
Mm.
So yeah, but I well. I really like this character, so
Yeah.
obviously I want
Yeah.
to tell you that yeah, he deserves more, but
All
yeah, he
positive.
made
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but he made mistakes too. So he's a human
Yeah.
being, he made mistakes too.
Yeah, no, of course. Moving on to a bit of a different subject, what is Codron's view of Madame Genet and her dynamic to the story?
Yeah, it's funny because he changed so much
Mm.
during the story. At the beginning of the show, Codron was 100% with Madame Genet. He really believed in her. He believed in her cause, in her movement, in her ideas, and because Madame Genet, what she wanted to do is to control the country, to make the country stronger.
Mm.
We were, it's the apocalypse, so she had this feeling that she had to do something. And Codron too, he wanted in a way, he wanted to help people, but in a bad way, but that's what they wanted to do together. So
Mm.
at the beginning, it was 100% with Madame Genet. And
Yeah, yeah, of course.
after a couple of times, things started to change. When she wanted to kill this child, it was like, oh, that's too
Yeah,
much for me.
yeah,
And then And then yeah, everything started to change, and he started to understand that yeah, she was the enemy, in
Mm.
fact.
No, of
Yeah.
course. In more detail, how do you think Codron sees his role, in Madame Janae's plans now? Does he fully support them, or do you think he's completely against her now?
Now, well, now she won't hurt him anymore. But definitely is absolutely against
Yeah.
these movements and all these people from the cause, is definitely against them. So they are his enemies, obviously. Yeah, he really changed his mind, and they
Mm.
just follow rules. They were ready to kill a lot of people, and that's what Codron didn't want to do.
Yeah. No, of course. What was it like shooting in the atmosphere, like of France, though? How did shooting in real French locations enhance the story for you?
It was lovely. I
Yeah.
loved it. We had to travel all around the country, so it was amazing to be. Even myself, there are so many monuments, so many cities that I've never been before. So it was
Mm.
amazing to be able to play there. And actually, when you can play in real locations like that, it's feeding us as actors. It's easier to play when you are surrounded by the culture, surrounded by people who live for real in these kind of
Yeah.
cities. So yeah, I loved it.
Well, yeah, I bet it made it feel like more like home as well. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
What location left the biggest impression on you, do you think?
I
I'm sure
think
you
that the
love the whole
most,
country, but yeah,
yeah, if I have to choose one, I'd say the Mont Saint Michel.
yeah,
It was my first time there. I've never been there before, and I really loved the energy there. There's a lot of spirituality
okay,
in that place. So it's kind of a lot of kind of monks are living there, and they
okay,
meditate and things like that. So we were shooting, killing people and everybody. And
yeah,
on the other side, you could see these people
the
more,
religious side, yeah,
relaxed.
yeah,
Yeah. So that was we felt this energy, and it helped us. Yeah, I loved it. It was very, very beautiful,
yeah.
and the place is amazing. It's really
What
pretty.
what impression do you think the show left on, what impression do you think it gave France itself, the show? Because I mean, everyone would have mixed opinions, wouldn't they? Yeah,
I do believe that this show made a beautiful
mm,
homage to the country, to France.
yeah,
I'm very happy about it. I really believe that they try to show the French culture, the French people, French monuments, and we feel this energy. And yeah, it's a very beautiful homage to the country.
well,
I was actually very moved by that.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm sure. I still need to visit France, so I still need to come out
Come, man,
there.
come.
Yeah, yeah. Romain, thank you so much for joining me. It's been amazing talking and hearing your experiences on Codron. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, Lloyd. It was a pleasure.
No problem.